If you are a married man with kids, it is essential that masculine leadership be well established in that household. If the family dynamic is one where the wife wears the pants in the relationship, so to speak, some bad things are going to happen. Chaos is likely going to ensue, and the children are the ones that are ultimately going to pay the price. The Ruby and Kevin Franke situation is a great example of the consequences that can occur when there is not strong masculine leadership in the house. There was a father in the house, to be sure, but Kevin did not provide any masculine leadership. He deferred to his wife Ruby completely. Consequently, a disaster was allowed to unfold. This guy allowed this demonic harpy, Jody Hildebrandt, to enter his home, methodically take it over, and ultimately take his family from him. A masculine man would have recognized the danger, recognized the bullshit that Jody was spewing, and shut that down. A masculine man probably would have said something like, okay, look, Jody, me and my wife Ruby, we invited you into our home because we're going through some issues and we thought that you can help us resolve them. But so far, you have driven a wedge between me and my wife. You are dictating to me where I can and cannot go in my own house. And now you're saying that my children are better off with me not being here. Jody, you have overstepped boundaries and your services here are no longer needed. I'm going to give you 15 minutes to gather your belongings and leave my house. Situation like that, Jody probably would have went to Ruby and be like, Ruby, do you want me to leave? That's when you got to be like, hey, Jody, over here, look at me. I already said what needed to be said. Okay, I already outlined what the situation is and what's going to be unfolding. You don't need to go and get a second opinion on the matter. Now you're down to 14 minutes. And when those 14 minutes run out, me and my sons are going to pack up all your belongings and they're going out on the front line. A masculine man would have cut through all the bullshit and laid down the law. But unfortunately for those kids, Kevin was just not that kind of a guy. To say that Ruby Franke wore the pants in that marriage is an understatement. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin never challenged a single idea or decision from Ruby their entire relationship. I trust and love my wife completely. Anything she wants, I obey her. It's my duty as her husband to do everything she asks of me, and not expect anything in return, I subscribe to that philosophy of happy wife, happy life. Ruby said that when my wife Ruby says jump, I say how high. That's my job as the husband. And so Ruby and Jody came to the conclusion that I need to leave the house. And I offered no resistance. Those women know what's best. And Ruby says that and I should have no contact with my children whatsoever. Just send the paychecks. I agreed because I trust my wife completely, and her business partner Jody, she's a really trustworthy, competent person, so I trust those women 110%. Kevin Franke's attorney described him as very gentle, being a very gentle man.
Now fighting to clear his own name.
He's a good person. He's very gentle. He's a very gentle guy, and no one's ever made any allegations that he's ever physically abused those kids or anyone else.
And therein lies the problem. Kevin was too gentle. He did not check his wife's abusive behavior as it began to escalate while he was still there at the house, and he rolled over and allowed this monstrous Jody Hildebrandt to take over his family.